You are the master of your own destiny. You are solely responsible for the state of your life right now and what happened to you in all these years. You created your fortune, your successes, your career, your relationships, your failures, your disappointments, and even your bad luck. You created both the positive and the negative aspects of your life. You shape your destiny, whether you are conscious about it or not. You are shaping your destiny every day, even right at this moment. Everything that has and will happen to you depends on you. There's nothing to blame. Only you have control of everything. If you are not pleased with your life right now or some aspects of it, mental influence will help you make permanent changes to these aspects. Everything that happens to you comes from your thoughts. These thoughts manifest as real experiences, whether they are conscious or unconscious. This means whatever you create in your mind will eventually find its way into your reality. What you create in the mental plane will eventually materialize in the physical plane. Always remember that everything you can mentally focus on and imagine becomes real, whether it is something you like or you don't like. There is no such thing as assigned destiny to every human being. There is no such thing as luck. You have total control of what happens to you and what your life will look like in the future through your mind. If you change the contents of your mind, you will change the outcome of your life. If you choose not to do anything to change your predominant thoughts and beliefs, the state of your life will remain the same. So how does mental influence work? We start the explanation of mental influence with the premise that everything is consciousness, and consciousness is the purest form of energy. Albert Einstein made an incredible discovery that matter is energy, and some matter that appear solid are in fact pulsating energies. Even a solid rock is as much energy as the roaring Niagara Falls. It may not be obvious to an observer like you, but a rock has energy that waves and breathes, just like everything else around you. The great scientist Arthur Eddington said, "We used to think that matter is a thing. Now it is no more. Matter is more like a thought than a thing." If matter is more like a thought, then everything comes from our thoughts or consciousness, and our consciousness can direct the vibrational frequencies of the energies we observe. So therefore, everything that you see in your physical reality are pulsating energies that vibrate in different frequencies. The smallest matter in the universe to the biggest and the most complex have energy, and this energy have different rates of vibrations. The difference in their vibrations depends on the various forms of energy created by the observer, which is you. When consciousness creates different forms of energies, these energies manifest in different vibrational frequencies. These vibrational frequencies further manifest in the different planes of existence, namely the mental plane, the physical plane, and the spiritual plane. When you use your consciousness to observe matter, you eventually add meaning to this matter. This meaning could be positive or negative, such as beautiful and ugly, or good and bad. The meaning you add to what you observe generates positive and negative energy that vibrates in positive or negative frequencies. These vibrational frequencies that come from your thoughts then flow to your heart and then into your surroundings. The energy that flows from your mind and heart and into your surroundings are called thought waves, and the distance these thought waves travel depends on how concentrated and intense the thoughts of the observer. Your thought waves have the capacity to influence people, things, and even events and circumstances within your field of force. Every person sends out thought waves all the time, and their thought waves vary in their quality depending on the consciousness of the person. Thought waves can come from people who are conscious of their thoughts. These people often think mindlessly or let their minds chatter endlessly. They have so many ideas that they don't know what to do with them, and they even have different conversations with their monkey mind, and this monkey mind always remains unsettled. When you are unconscious of your thoughts, you often send out thought waves without purpose and force, and that's the reason you are unable to manifest your desires or be successful in your endeavors. Thought waves can come from those who are conscious of their thoughts. These people can direct their minds to concentrate on specific thoughts and intend to direct it to a specific person or thing or event, and directly influence the person, thing, or event that they targeted. The force of these thought waves depends on the will of the person sending the thought waves. Thought waves can come from those who are conscious of their thoughts, can direct their minds to focus, but do not intend to send their thought waves to a specific person, thing, or event. The degree of force and power solely depends on the person sending it. They will attract people, things, and circumstances that vibrate in the same frequencies as their thoughts. If you notice, there is a big difference between thought waves sent with purpose and full knowledge of mental influence versus thought waves sent without purpose and without knowledge of mental influence. Lasting effects of thought waves. The vibrational frequencies of these thought waves last a long time, even after the sender sends them. It is like how the cool temperature from the air conditioner lingers after you turn it off, and how bread stays warm even after you take it out from the oven. The effects of mental influence stays for a while, even after you sent your thought waves to your recipient. Depending on the force, sometimes these thought waves last a lifetime, or even after the person who sent it has passed on. There are so many places in the world today filled with thought waves from people who have already passed on many years ago. Some places with negative thought waves or vibrations are the genocide sites, such as the Killing Fields Museum in Cambodia and Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland. There are also places with positive thought waves or vibrations, like Mount Shasta in California and Mount of Olives in Israel. Homes also have their own vibes. Some homes look and feel vibrant and peaceful, while others look and feel creepy. These vibes depend on the mental attitudes of the current and the past owners, even though some of them may have already passed on many years ago. If the previous homeowner had negative thought waves, the new owner can replace them by always thinking positive. Companies, businesses, and stores have their vibes too. Some seem confident and trustworthy, while others feel shady and scammy. These vibes depend on the mental attitudes of the management and the bosses. They pass their thought waves to their employees, who also transfer these thought waves to other people. Most of the time, they can only change the atmosphere of their businesses if they change the management. Thought waves are contagious, whether you are in low or high in degree. They can easily lift up and elevate or drag down those around them. Thought waves can either attract or repel others. Higher degree of thought waves attract those in the lower degree, while lower degree of thought waves repel those in the higher degree. The higher the degree of thought waves, the more it can influence those in the lower degree. Thought waves also attract those in the same level. If your thought waves are positive, you attract people who also emit positive thought waves. If your thought waves are negative, you also attract people who have negative thought waves. These are important concepts to understand, and this is why you need to watch your thoughts and feelings at all times. Thought waves that don't have the strength travel very slowly and do not reach their destination or intended subject. Most of the time, they dissipate halfway through or even before they reach their destination. On the other hand, thought waves sent with strength and willpower often travel at the speed of light and reach far distances. They also linger for a long time and retain their power and vitality over time. The thought waves of a person go with them wherever they go. That's why you can easily sense a person's vibe when you are around them. You may have noticed that some people have negative vibes or negative aura even before you talk to them. Some have a positive and cheerful vibe, while others have a calm and peaceful demeanor. If a person is oozing with sex appeal, this means they send out sexual thought waves. Then there are those who have strong charisma that they command attention whenever they enter a room. Others have a compelling magnetism about them that fascinate others and make them yield to their desires and wishes. All these have to do with the quality of their thought waves that come from their predominant thoughts and beliefs. For more information on how to use mental influence to fix your past, improve your present situation, and design your future, visit us at mindpowerinfluence.com.